Hello, Delia here, and today I'm making a video about one of my fun projects that I keep putting aside and doing other things, but I'm picking it back up again, and that is my eQUESTrian Oracle deck. And those of you who follow my work, you know that in eQUESTrian, quest is in large letters because to me, my work is about the quest between horse and human. So today I'm picking a card. I'm just starting a mock-up on this, and I'm using real horses and words that apply to them. So today I'm using Auberon, who is a draft horse, and he was a therapy horse at a ranch that I was caretaker on. So on the front of the cards it has a picture of the horse, and on the back it has a brief bio about the horse and then a brief section on the actual oracle part of the card. So today I've picked him, and the word, his word is alchemy. And I'm going to read a little bit because it's a mock-up. It's in a giant folder, but you get the idea of it. So Auberon, alchemy. King of the fairies, kind, majestic, present, and magical. Clear with his knowledge of purpose, Auby knew his calling, and he answered with bold confidence. As a therapy horse, he was imposing and yet compelling. Despite his enormous bulk and 17 hands, there was a softness that invited those with pain and misfortune to wrap their arms around his massive neck and stand heart to heart in the safety of his embrace. He was here to heal, to hold space for those who could not hold their own. He kept their secrets. He took their fears and their suffering and transformed it into courage and hope, walking them into the light. His gift of turning sorrow into promise is theirs to keep. Like secret fairy dust tucked away in their heart in dark times of struggle, they call on its healing magic to walk them back into the light. And that was Auberon. He was amazing. People just gravitated to him with his presence. So alchemy, this is like a 2-page writing, so I'll brief it down here. Alchemy is about turning something ordinary into something extraordinary, and there's so many ways to do it. And my focus is one of the ways they extract gold from its carrier, whatever rock it's in, is through heat. So my metaphor on that is if we warm up to the gold within our own life, then it automatically loosens, and the gold of our potential begins to run through our life and flow through our life. Whereas if we just try to hack away at pieces that we find valuable in ourselves, it's a lot of work and there's a lot of fragmentation. But when you warm up and you hold dear what it is that is your gold within your life, it starts to loosen itself and it starts to flow through your life. Another thing is when we're looking for the gold in other people, we find their golden potential when we warm to them. When we try to hack away at their exterior and find out what it is that's valuable within them, what they have to contribute, there again, more fragmentation. By warming up to other people's potential, we help them release it and it flows throughout our life. I'm going to read just a little bit more out of what will be the Oracle book. So if whatever it is that we need to transform, it's best addressed through alchemy. So even though I love the idea of magic and miracles, it's usually alchemy. It's a process, a refinement that actually ends up producing within us a magical miracle within itself. Hold on. Okay, so if damaged relationships have kept your inner wealth dense and inflexible, warm to thoughts of becoming malleable and supple. Let golden possibility flow through you and see how it affects those relationships. Your internal gold is your responsibility. When you let it remain solid and cold, it remains there, but when you ignite passion, it starts to let go and flow through your life and flow into others on your life as well. So even though the ideas of miracles and magic are so seductive and practical in my thinking, alchemy is where we discover the treasure of internal gold. And if we boldly give ourselves to the artistry of alchemy, we will discover that we've created a magical miracle within the process. And then at the end of the reading, I include another short statement about the horse that represents that word. Auby uses the process of alchemy to turn nightmares into dreams and anguish into freedom. Those within his circle did not walk away with instantaneous healing, but step by step, breath by breath, they followed the path to wholeness. Bit by bit, they remembered the possibility of reclaiming a sense of worth and purpose. And in moments of courage, when they looked deep into their inner darkness, they caught a glimpse of glittering gold. Their gold. It was still there waiting for them. They just needed to be reminded of their inner wealth, their internal beauty. Although it had been hidden from the light, it was waiting patiently for them to reclaim their internal shine and self-wealth that belongs only to them. Our internal wealth, our gold, is our self-wealth. And when we warm to that, all of our life flows easier. Who we really are begins to show up. And this actually applies to anyone or anything, any of our animals, our horses, our dogs. You know, if you're having issues with your horse in some way, you know, instead of focusing on the issue, warm up to all that they are. It's not always easy, especially if you're astride and you're fearing for your life. But there's so much power within warming up to the potential, to the gold within our own lives. So I'm going to be doing more, pulling more cards, more mock-up cards on my eQUESTrian Oracle deck over the next couple of months. And if you'd like to be considered to have your horse in the deck, you can contact me and I'll give you a list of words that are still available. Thanks for joining me. I'm Delea with True North Equestrians.